Welcome, my name is Arlo and this is Elemental Idea, and today we're gonna be talking about Challenger. This is the latest movie from Luca Guadagnino, and this movie is a pretty movie. I like the cinematography in the movie, I like how well put together is the movie, and I like the sexiness of the movie. You have a lot of stuff that is appealing and a lot of stuff you're gonna enjoy, right?
Wait. Hi.
Hey.
Tashi Duncan. She's gonna turn a whole family into millionaires. She'll have a fashion line, a foundation.
You were incredible today.
Thank you.
I mean, it wasn't even like tennis. It was an entirely different game.
Hey, come hang out with us later.
Want me to come tuck you in?
No, we can just keep talking.
How often does this happen? Going after the same girl?
Not as often as you think.
We usually have different types.
So you're saying I should be flattered?
Aren't you everybody's type?
Come here.
Which one of us? He's not in love with you.
What makes you think I want someone to be in love with me?
It's nice to see you lit up about something, even if it's my girlfriend.
Art's got his coach, Tashi Donaldson, who also is his wife.
I'm playing for both of us, Tashi. I think maybe we're disturbed by the fact that she could have been into someone like me
When we were teenagers.
when we were teenagers.
Hey, I love you.
I know. You don't know what tennis is. It's a relationship. We went somewhere really beautiful together. I'm taking such good care of my little white boys.
I assume you planned this?
Not this part.
Of course, this movie centers around Zendaya, Mike Fice, and Josh O'Connor. These are our three main characters in the movie, and we are going to follow it. This let's call it threesome. This love threesome that they have. It's not actually a threesome, but is what the movie implies, right? Right off the bat, what you saw in the trailer is not like the movie itself. The movie have a lot of sexy scenes, but not sexual scenes, and it's a difference because there is a lot of kissing in the movie, a lot of tension, a lot of sexual tension, but the actual sexual scenes are not in the movie. All right. So if you're expecting this for a movie, you're not gonna find it. All right. If you're a Zendaya fan, you should go and watch this movie. If you really like to see Zendaya doing more sexy stuff, this is the movie for you. And I must say, Zendaya is becoming quickly one of the best actors in the business. She's acting with her eyes, with her pose, with looking at people, and she have this amazing bitch face, like I'm mad at you face and pissed off face that make her incredible, right? In this movie, the main plot of the movie is that she is a star tennis player, right? And she's going to become one of the best in the world. And there is these two friends, right? They also play tennis. They're also pretty good, and they fall in love with her, right? In the movie, these three people come together, and they have like some romantic scenes. And then Zendaya, that she's played Tashi, gets injured in one of the games. So her career is over. So the way she continues in the world of tennis is latching on in one of these guys and became a coach for the character Art. And they actually get married, and she actually helped them to become a winner athlete, right? In the other hand, is this friend that we left in the past, and he's hanging around. He's also in love with Zendaya, with Tashi, and they have a relationship in the past, and they try to come back, right, in her world. So the main idea of the movie is that these three people love tennis, and they treat tennis as a relationship, and they're basically being used by Tashi, right? So she can keep in the game because that's what she really loves. Cinematography, like I told you, photography in this movie is excellent. Sound design and soundtrack, I really like it. It plays a little loud in some places, but for the rest of the movie, is very well used when there is a section with tense fights. This character fights, and then you see them playing tennis, and they equalize this with the fight. So it's basically that, and it's really well used. I really like it. Why I don't like about the movie is that it's not cohesive, right? We jump back from past to the future to show what happened, and it gets to a point that is a little too much, right? That you get lost. In the third act specifically, there is a payoff for one of the stuff that happened in the beginning, and you kind of expect it, and you usually have the rule of three. When they show you stuff three times, it's because it's really important, but they don't do that, but you feel that that's coming, that's happening, and I was actually waiting for this for a long time in the movie. So like I told you, the movie is not cohesive. At the end, it falls apart. You end up with no conclusion for the characters. Probably you're gonna like that if you like make your own ending in your mind, or you're not gonna enjoy it because you kind of want to know, all right, what happened, all right? But that's the movie. Is not a great movie. It's not a bad movie. You will enjoy it in cinemas. I watched it on IMAX, and it was really good. So it tends to get a little long. 2 hours and 11 minutes is like too much. I really think they could cut a little bit and make it like 2 hours, but you're not gonna feel it as much. It doesn't drag too much, right? So that's Challengers.
Hey.
And now I'm gonna give you a spoiler warning. For here and out, we're gonna nitpick a little the movie and talk about some stuff that really bothered me about it. All right? So you ready? Let's go. What I don't like about this movie: the character of Zendaya is an asshole. If you replace this character with a guy, and the guy is with girls, you will be completely put off with the movie. Because it's clearly that she is only doing it for her own benefit. The stuff she does, manipulating these guys, and she does that since the beginning The first stuff she does is that scene that you see in the trailers. Is the threesome. And by the way, in this threesome scene, something amazing happened. Everybody assumed that that the guys are gonna get down on her, but that's not what happened. Like I told you, it's not too much sex in this scene. What happened is something that is completely unbelievable, and it broke my disbelief in the movie. So they're kissing. The three of them are kissing, and it gets to a point that Tasha leans back, and the two guys keep kissing each other. The two guys keep kissing each other, and they make it play like they don't realize who is kissing who because they have their eye closed. Yeah, in any point, and it drags a little long. In any point, you will open your eyes, you see, and you will be freaked out, right? But I think they try to nudge a little bit to the LGTB community, and I don't think it works because they established that these characters are straight. And it's like teasing this community, like, I'm gonna give you a little bit of this, but I'm not gonna give you a gay character, so I'm not even gonna mention it anymore. They not even talk about it. And it's a little weird, right? But that happens. That's what happened in that scene. So since that scene, she started manipulating these guys because she realized that she got these highs like dummies. So the first touch she does is says like the one who wins the next match is the one that I'm gonna date, basically. And that's what happened. And the character of John O'Connor, Patrick, is the one who actually win. We are led to believe he's the best player, so he has like more talent than Art. It goes more like even. One has discipline and the other one has talent. So they start dating, and they're dating, and Art tried to sleaze his way in, and the actual friend, because they imply that these guys are being friends since they're 12-year-olds. So they're best friends, they're like brothers. And I'm gonna tell you this, Josh O'Connor gives a great performance, and he is actually, for a couple of scenes, I was like, oh, I see what you see in this guy. He's a handsome guy, he have a beautiful smile that you will be like, every time this guy, I don't know, it's way too much charisma, and the guys they have this crooked smile, and it will captivate you. So he understands why his friend is doing that, and they're having this like fun chasing Tasha because he knows that he already has her. They have a fight, him and Tasha, and after that fight is when she got the accident and broke her knee, and this is when everything goes out. So Art is the one is there, and he's the one who helped her, and this is when the movie start getting messed up, because from here we jump 40, no, they're like 18, so they go to the future, 22 years, we jump 22 years in the future, and Art and Tasha are married, they have a daughter, and they're a power couple, and he's winning all the tournaments except one, and he's already tired of tennis, he's trying to retire, but Zendaya cannot let that go because tennis is her real love. That's what she is meant to do, and that's what she's doing. We found out that in the past, Tasha was unfaithful to Art, and he kind of knew, and she was unfaithful with Patrick. And she had this plan to set up these people to a challengers tournament so they can meet. In the movie, it's implied that she actually manipulated the situation, but not that she was planning to run into Patrick. They do. Patrick gets infatuated with her again, and she with him. And nature run his course. He talked to her. He asked her to coach him also, and she said this weird line like, "You think that art for me is only a dick and a racket?" And he was like, "Yeah." And at the end, that's what he is to her. Okay, and in this conversation, I lost something because Patrick is the underdog, and in this conversation, we figured out that he's also rich, and his family is rich, has companies and stuff. He's just playing poor, basically playing the underdog, and that's something that Zendaya threw at his face. Other than that, I don't have too many complaints. At the beginning of the movie, there is a couple of weird close-ups. They are like, we're starting the movie this way, but we go past that. There is a lot of sweating in this movie and a lot of close-ups when they're playing tennis. But in this movie, I'll allow it. They're showing you what is happening in their minds. Also, the way they shot the match are really good. There is one scene specifically where you're seeing the perspective of the ball, and that's cool. And there is another scene almost at the end when you are the ball, and that's awful. The camera jumps all around, they're spinning. It's up to you if you like it or not. For me, it was taking me out of the movie because the conflict is between these three persons. They're fighting for Tasha, basically. And yeah, at the end, Tasha goes with Patrick and asks him to lose the game so R can regain confidence in himself. And he says no, they have sex, and he agrees. But in the game, when that's happening, I don't know exactly how it is, he's trying to also help Art, and the way he's doing it is pushing this guy to his limits. And remember that I told you there was a scene and they grabbed the racket and they had the ball. And in the past, the way that Patrick communicated to his friend that he actually have sex with Tasha was touching the ball, the racket in the middle, and he do that in the game, right? And that make Art mad. He almost threw the game. You're made to believe that he's just gonna lose, but what he does is he decided to fight in the same equal conditions, so they go to the match point. He let it go to the match point just to prove that he can win without no one helps. And this is when the movie ends with a dramatic scene. And this was a little weird for me because the way they end is these two friends hugging, and you meant to believe they're like friends again, at least from my perspective. But I don't know if someone sleep with your wife repeatedly and throw it at your face after you have a family. That's how it's gonna go. I really doubt it. But that's what the movie make you believe. And another part, like I told you before, if you change Tasha from a guy called Tosh and you replace the two guys with two girls, all that's happening in the movie is unacceptable. You will be like, this guy's an asshole, this guy's the worst. And in any point, they try to make you believe that any of these characters are good. But when you look back and say, like, yeah, the Tasha character is a complete asshole the whole movie. Right? It's no redemption, and I don't know why no one wants to be with her. But yeah, those are my ideas in the movie. I will give it like, this will be a nice movie to watch in theaters, right? If you like tennis, you're gonna enjoy it. If you like Zendaya, you're gonna enjoy it. The actors are really good in what they're doing. So if you're on a date, this is a perfect movie to go on a date. And yeah, I would recommend it for you to watch it in theaters. I watched it on IMAX. It was really nice. So you can go and do the same. And if you have any comments or ideas on the movie, put it in the comments below. I will read it and tell you know why you're wrong. No, sorry. I will let you know my ideas in this movie. And if you want to see more, click here or here to see more. Whatever is best for you. And this was Elemental Idea. My name is Arlo. Bye.